transcended life. We can't stay calm, so don't ask what's wrong. Unexplainable, the fear of a 12-year-old, but now that's all he'll ever be, a 12-year-old. Who had no ability to provoke hostility. You didn't fear for your life, you didn't ask any questions. You just rolled up, unloaded, and took away life.
Racism, a schism or division in a system where justice is not for people of color, but designated to the whites who had the wrong idea and wanted to take away our rights in the blink of an eye.
Mike Brown, gunned down to the ground, shot down execution style in a road paved by my history. His whole life is history, and it might not even go down in history. No medical, just the melanin body full of bullet holes, the blood seeping through the cracks of the asphalt, loosening his soul. We're losing his soul. We lost him, and he was loved. A son who could have been chosen to be the next Malcolm, but yet we'll never know, because with the gun you chased after him, and without any empathy or concern for the dead, he was never picked up or respected, just left in the streets like fallen strange fruit for 4 hours instead.
Look them directly in the eye. Don't make any sudden movements. You would think I shouldn't have to hear these things because I'm a black girl, but I could still be killed at the turn of my key. You see, because they thought I was going to flee, when fleeing was the last thing that was on my mind. Because I've been pulled over before. One of the scariest moments of my life. The officer was black, but sadly I knew that didn't mean anything. Because I could still be killed at the turn of my key.
Freddie Gray, another victim of a prejudiced system. The brutal force and restraint used was ungodly, which ultimately led to the fractures that split down his spine and separated his mind from his body. Is this too much for you? I'm not sorry. My brothers and sisters are dying, mothers are crying, and hatred's flying across the colored line.
Today I could just cry as history continues to repeat itself. Our sensitivities are becoming insensitivity and just another reality. Well, here's your reality check. Elevate yourself by educating yourself, because people that are average do not create change. We will make a difference. Put your pencil to the paper.
What's going on? I stand in picket lines with picket signs that say, come talk to me so you can see what's going on. But all you hear are chants of no justice, no peace. And you don't have an understanding of why after we don't receive justice, we can't sleep. We can't eat because there's no access to the supermarkets in the Upper East.
Create the paper for the overlooked communities where the officials have failed, money is scarce, and patience is at an all-time low. Those once vibrant communities ready to explode at the drop of a dime.
Trayvon Martin, may he rest in peace. The life that commenced this movement, all because racism has existed from 1619 to 2016. Day after day, all I see is desensitized savagery coming from the other side of humanity. We are one beating heart operating as isolated left and right arteries. Every time we try to progress, we get pushed back like the inflation and collapsing of lungs. So I guess Eric Gardner was right in saying I can't breathe.
Don't judge a place you've never been or seen. Only create those violent images in your dreams, because what happened in Ferguson can happen in suburbia. What happened in Baltimore can happen in suburbia. What happened in Flint and Detroit can happen anywhere, so wake up. Wake up, because America is changing and it's not for the better.
These are real husbands with real wives who have real mothers who let out real cries that have not 3/5 but whole lives that are victimized by a covert genocide. So when you turn on the news, understand that these black protests are not just against you, but the system you continuously choose to approve. We're tired of deaths and waiting, unfair white privilege and poor education, dreaming of reparations, but all we get is another Jim Crow replacement. We just want to live life, free of the hatred and ugly stereotypes, yet up and down like a yo-yo, we fall into the master's plan, the system's master plan. And because of repetitive lies, we continue to suffer. So I plead that the next time you see my brother, don't just look at the black guy, but try to look at life through the black eye. I said, don't just look at the black guy, but try to look at life through the black eye.
Black people are being physically beaten down one day and then propped up on a pedestal the next with barely any time to recover. Our ancestors fought, died, and cried for us. They made a way for us, the original creators and innovators. You see, for some reason we still ride the struggle bus today, but we still migrate to the back. Although Rosa Parks sit in the front, my people, leaders sit in the front. Yes, I said it, leaders sit in the front. But once we realize this, we will become the next president of these United States, when we will put an end to this violence. So don't be silent, and out of those that were silenced too early, having died for their black pride.
Rest in peace to our brothers who have been martyred by the police. We shall overcome this brutality.